My beloved child, stop what you are doing right now and listen. Do not close this video and do not look away. I know exactly how tired your beautiful soul has become. You are carrying a heavy weight that no one else can see, but heaven has orchestrated this exact moment to bring you a message of absolute vindication. A massive shift is happening in your timeline right now, and I must tell you that someone is moving with you. You have spent your entire life being the strong one for everyone around you. You are the bleeding empath who absorbs the pain of the room. People come to you when their world is falling apart because they know your heart is a safe harbor. You listen to them and you heal their broken pieces with your gentle energy. But when you are the one hurting, you look around and the room is completely empty. This reality has left you feeling profoundly isolated. You give and you give until your spirit is entirely drained. And when you finally ask for a small drop of comfort, the world turns its back on you, forcing you to retreat into your quiet shell. You put on a brave smile during the day so nobody asks complicated questions. But behind closed doors, the mask falls off and the crushing weight of loneliness settles in your bones. I was there in the room when you woke up suddenly at 3 in the morning, while your chest felt incredibly heavy and your heart was racing with unexplained anxiety. I saw the silent tears you quickly wiped away in the dark. You cried because you felt entirely forgotten by the universe you serve so faithfully. You wondered if your prayers were just bouncing off the ceiling and fading into empty space. You have fought countless battles in silence. You survived betrayals that would have destroyed a normal person, but you are not a normal person at all. You are a chosen one. And because of this profound calling, the enemy has tried to convince you that you will be alone forever. They want you to believe that your extreme isolation is a permanent punishment for some unknown mistake you made. Please listen to me very carefully right now. Your current season of painful isolation is never a punishment. It is not because you are difficult to love or because you are fundamentally broken. The darkness desperately wants you to accept that toxic lie because they want your brilliant light to dim out of sheer exhaustion. But heaven has been watching your quiet endurance this entire time. Your tears have been collected and your silent screams have been fully heard. Something extraordinary is happening behind the invisible veil today. Heaven is forcefully uprooting your physical and spiritual surroundings. You can feel this strange disruption in your daily life, can you not? Things that used to bring you absolute comfort suddenly feel foreign and heavy, while relationships that you tried to blindly hold on to are simply fading away without any logical explanation. The ground beneath your feet feels incredibly unstable. This is because a monumental timeline shift is actively pulling you forward. You are officially leaving the barren wilderness of your past behind. The universe is clearing the stage and removing every toxic distraction from your energy field, actively preparing you for a massive blessing. I know the transition feels terrifying because you cannot clearly see the final destination yet. You are stepping into the absolute unknown while carrying the heavy scars of your previous betrayals. But you will not walk into this glorious new reality by yourself. You have spent decades walking a cold path entirely alone. You have fought every demon and broken deep generational curses with your bare hands. But heaven has issued a strict command that your solitary warfare is officially over. A divine partner is being prepared to match your exact frequency, and someone who understands the immense depth of your beautiful soul is moving toward you. This person is not coming to drain your precious energy or take advantage of your bleeding heart. They are being carefully molded by the divine to become your ultimate safe space. They will fiercely protect your fragile boundaries while you finally learn how to rest, allowing you to completely put down the massive shield you have carried for years. You have been the ultimate cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. Now it is time for someone to hold your hand and help you carry the heavy crown. Take one deep breath right now. Let the oxygen fill your tired lungs and release the heavy tension in your tight shoulders. Notice the subtle shift in the atmosphere around you as you hear these words. You are entirely safe in this specific frequency, and no harm can touch your aura while you anchor yourself to this divine revelation. Your long winter of absolute solitude is coming to a definitive end today. But before you can fully recognize this divine counterpart, you must understand exactly why heaven kept you isolated for so long. There is a deeply hidden reason why you had to experience all those painful rejections. You thought you were losing people because you were not good enough. But the truth about your season of extreme loneliness is going to shock you, because the universe was executing a brilliant strategy of protection. Before we go any deeper, I need you to understand one vital truth. You have spent years asking heaven why you had to be entirely alone. You watched other people easily form connections while your own relationships constantly shattered. You felt deeply rejected and believed you were somehow fundamentally broken, but heaven saw something you could not clearly see. The people who surrounded you in the past were actively draining your precious light. You generously gave them everything you had. They gladly took your warm energy and offered absolutely nothing in return. The universe had to intervene before you were completely consumed. Your sudden isolation was an emergency rescue mission orchestrated by the divine. What you actually experienced was a strict divine quarantine. Heaven built a massive protective wall around your fragile aura. This forced isolation was never meant to be a permanent prison for your soul. It was a highly sterile room designed to heal your deepest spiritual wounds. You needed a safe space to breathe without the heavy expectations of others. Think about a typical hospital recovery room. When a patient survives a major surgery, they are strictly isolated from the general public. This drastic measure is taken to prevent a deadly infection. Your intense spiritual surgery required the exact same level of extreme protection. The universe isolated you to save your beautiful life. You carry an incredibly rare and powerful frequency. Your pure light is a massive threat to the surrounding darkness. Because of this bright energy, you attract broken people who desperately want to consume your warmth. They attach themselves to your aura like heavy parasites and slowly drained your daily vitality. You were drowning in their toxic demands. If heaven had not forcefully removed them, you would have been completely destroyed. The universe actively forced those draining relationships to end abruptly. The sudden breakups and the painful ghosting were actually acts of absolute divine mercy. You were saved from a terrible fate that would have trapped you in perpetual misery. Take one slow and deep breath right now. Feel the heavy truth of these words sinking deep into your tired spirit. You did not fail at love or friendship. You did not push people away because you were too difficult or deeply flawed. The divine architect simply refused to let you settle for tiny scraps of affection. You are a royal heir to a massive spiritual kingdom. Heaven cleared your physical space because your energy field was heavily cluttered with the wrong vibrations. The toxic trash had to be completely taken out before your massive treasure could arrive. Your empty room is not a sign of failure, but a clear canvas for miracles. Now you are sitting in a highly protected and clean space. Your fractured aura is finally healing and becoming incredibly strong again. The heavy fog of endless confusion is completely lifting from your tired mind. You can finally breathe deeply without carrying the heavy weight of their constant emotional demands. You are safe here. This strict divine quarantine was an absolute cosmic necessity. The person who is coming into your life requires a highly pure environment. They carry a very high frequency that simply cannot coexist with the toxic energy of your past. The room had to be completely empty and swept clean for them to walk in safely. Listen to me very carefully now, for what I am about to speak will alter your entire timeline. The deafening silence you have been experiencing is not the absence of love, it is the glorious sound of active divine preparation. Heaven is aggressively building a massive foundation while you rest in the quiet shadows. You might still feel the lingering sting of those old painful rejections. The invisible scars on your beautiful heart are still incredibly tender today. But every single tear you cried in that dark room was actively watering the seeds of your new reality. Nothing was ever wasted in this painful process of deep spiritual purification. You are a magnificent weapon of pure light. But even the sharpest sword must be heavily forged in the quiet and lonely darkness. The intense fire of your extreme isolation completely burned away all the spiritual impurities. You emerged from that intense furnace stronger and entirely unrecognizable to the dark forces that once hunted you. Tap the like button right now as a physical act of agreement with what heaven is declaring. As your energy field becomes lighter and purer, something incredible is happening in the unseen realm right now. The people who cruelly abandoned you are starting to notice the massive shift in your personal timeline. They actually thought they broke your spirit permanently. They walked away fully believing you would stay shattered on the cold floor forever. But they are completely unaware of the massive storm of blessings that is brewing right now. The heavy boomerang of divine justice is actively turning its wheel, and they are beginning to feel the powerful shift. But wait, do not let your guard down just yet, because there is a hidden layer to this struggle. The people who smiled in your face while actively plotting your downfall are currently watching you. They thought their malicious gossip and heavy manipulation had permanently destroyed your future. They genuinely believed that leaving you in the dark would break your spirit entirely. They made one absolutely fatal miscalculation. They completely forgot who you belong to. The narcissists who tried to drain your pure energy are now starving in the dark without you. Your sudden withdrawal cut off their primary source of spiritual food and emotional validation. They are wandering around in absolute panic because they cannot feed on your beautiful light anymore. They check your energy from a distance and they are terrified by what they see. You are no longer the fragile empath who constantly begged to be understood by broken people. That old version of you is permanently dead today. You have officially evolved into a quiet master of reality, and your newfound silence is acting as a massive shield that they simply cannot penetrate. Take a deep breath right now. Feel the immense power returning to your physical body. For years, they convinced you that you were the crazy one. They manipulated your reality and made you apologize for their terrible behavior. But the heavy boomerang of divine justice has already been released. Everything they tried to steal from your pure soul is being multiplied and returned. You do not need to seek revenge or say a single word to them. Your total silence is actually the most devastating weapon you could ever use. The universe is fighting this intense battle for you while you safely rest. They are watching doors close in their own lives, while massive portals of blessing open widely for you. They are drowning in the exact traps they dug for you. This brings us to a spiritual reality that most people completely ignore. Energy vampires cannot survive when a chosen one finally learns how to close the door. They are aggressively trying to find a way back into your life right now. They might send a random message or try to use mutual friends to spy on your current progress. They want to test your boundaries one more time. Do not let them back into your sacred space. Heaven built this blinding wall of fire to protect the massive blessing that is moving toward you. If you allow those toxic attachments to return, you will contaminate the clean room. Your divine partner cannot enter a space that is still cluttered with the heavy ghosts of your past. You must maintain this strict, energetic boundary. I know it feels strange to finally stand in your true power, You are so used to accommodating everyone else and making yourself extremely small, but heaven is commanding you to take up massive space today. You are the ultimate cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. You are no longer a victim of their cruel games because you have stepped into your absolute authority. Listen to me very carefully now. The heavy spiritual attacks you faced were never about your weakness. They targeted you specifically because your pure light terrified the darkness inside them. They wanted to dim your bright frequency so they would not have to face their own internal demons. But your light only grew stronger under their intense pressure and relentless attacks. And as your vibration continues to rise, they are experiencing profound energetic starvation. The universe is actively balancing the scales of justice behind the scenes. You paid the heavy price with your tears and your sleepless nights. Now it is their turn to face the harsh reality of their own actions. You are completely protected from the heavy fallout of their bad choices. Breathe deeply again and let go of any lingering guilt. You are not responsible for their current pain or their sudden panic. You tried to love them into the light, but they firmly chose the darkness. Your only assignment right now is to protect your peace and prepare for the massive shift. Heaven is actively sweeping the path clear for your divine counterpart to arrive safely. This incoming soul will never make you question your immense worth, but to fully receive them, you must completely release the energetic cords tying you to those old betrayals. Every time you think about the narcissist who hurt you, you give them a tiny drop of your power. Heaven is asking you to forcefully cut those invisible cords today. Reclaim every single piece of your soul. You are completely safe now. The storm of their toxic manipulation has permanently passed over your house. They can look at your beautiful life from the outside, but they can never touch your spirit again. Your strict divine quarantine has successfully starved the parasites and fortified your energetic immune system. You are glowing with a brilliant frequency of total victory today. But wait. As you step into this glorious new season of protection, I must give you one final warning about your incoming blessing. The universe is actively shaping your divine partner, but the process requires something specific from you. The way this person will enter your life is going to challenge everything you thought you knew about love. Now, my beloved child, let us talk about the beautiful blessing that is moving toward you. While you were sitting in the dark and healing your deep wounds, heaven was incredibly busy. The universe has been actively forging another soul in a completely different fire. This person is not arriving by chance or by some random stroke of luck. They are being meticulously crafted by the divine architect to match your exact energetic signature. You see, heaven could not just send anyone into your highly protected space. A normal person would simply shatter under the intense weight of your pure frequency. You carry a massive amount of light and a deeply complex history. If heaven had sent this partner to you even 1 year ago, it would have been a complete disaster. Neither of you were truly ready for this magnitude of connection. They had to go through their own intense period of spiritual breaking. They had to learn how to appreciate a rare soul like yours by experiencing profound loss in their own life. The universe allowed them to face their own shadows so they could fully understand your deep light. They are currently being stripped of their old toxic habits and superficial desires. Hit subscribe to establish a divine energy receiving station around your aura right now. This simple physical act tells the universe that your spiritual gates are officially open. You are no longer hiding in the fearful shadows of your past traumas. You are actively commanding the space around you to receive the exact frequency that heaven has promised. This divine partner is learning how to communicate without using words. Heaven is actively teaching them how to read the subtle shifts in energy. When they finally look at you, they will immediately recognize the heavy battles you have survived. They will not ask you to explain your deep scars because they will already understand the intense war you fought. They will honor your quiet strength completely. I want you to pause and look at your life through the eyes of heaven today. You thought the long delay was a sign of total cosmic rejection. You wondered why you had to wait while everyone else seemed to find love so easily. But those easy connections you saw were built on very shallow, sandy ground. Heaven is aggressively building your foundation on solid rock. A love that is designed to heal generational curses requires an immense amount of preparation. Your divine partner had to be spiritually upgraded to handle your specific calling as a cycle breaker. They are being trained to be your ultimate safe harbor. When your massive empathic heart becomes too heavy from absorbing the world's pain, they will know exactly how to ground your chaotic energy. Take one slow breath and visualize this incoming frequency. They will not demand that you constantly shrink yourself to make them feel powerful. In fact, they will aggressively protect your boundaries when you are too tired to speak up. They are being equipped with a quiet authority that perfectly complements your own. They will be the strong anchor to your beautiful storm. But this divine collision cannot happen if you are still trying to control the timing. You must completely surrender the heavy timeline to the universe today. If you try to force this connection before they are fully cooked in the divine fire, you will burn your own hands. You must rest in the absolute certainty that heaven is executing a flawless master plan behind the scenes. Listen to me very carefully. The person who is moving toward you is currently experiencing strange synchronicities in their own life. They are suddenly feeling an unexplained pull toward a massive change. They might be packing their bags, leaving an old job, or completely relocating their physical existence. The universe is physically moving them to intersect with your exact coordinates. You are acting as a powerful magnetic beacon right now. Every time you choose peace over chaos, you amplify the signal that is calling them home. Every time you refuse to text that toxic ex, your frequency becomes significantly brighter and easier for them to find. Your strict boundaries are actively writing the exact map that will lead them directly to your front door. Do not mistake this quiet season for inactivity. The intense silence you hear right now is just the calm right before the massive shift. Heaven is finalizing the paperwork for this beautiful transfer of energy. The angels are actively removing the final obstacles from both of your paths. The divine stage is perfectly set, and the actors are finally taking their rightful places. And as this glorious reality approaches, your own physical body is beginning to register the massive change. You are not just going to stumble into this connection blindly. The universe is going to give you very specific signs, so you do not miss this absolute miracle. Pay close attention, because I am about to reveal exactly how your body will confirm their arrival. You have asked me, Lord, how will I know when this person actually arrives? You are deeply terrified of making another terrible mistake and letting the wrong energy into your clean space. Your past traumas have made you incredibly hypervigilant. You constantly scan every new person for hidden red flags and toxic manipulation tactics, but heaven has provided a massive safeguard for you. When your divine partner finally steps into your reality, you will not feel the familiar rush of intense anxiety. You see, the dark forces always arrive with a chaotic whirlwind that feels like incredibly toxic excitement. The enemy wants you to confuse this heavy anxiety with romantic passion. But true divine love does not trigger your primal survival instincts. Listen closely to this next part. The very first sign of their arrival will be a profound sense of physical peace. That heavy tightness that has lived in the center of your chest for years will suddenly evaporate. You will take a deep breath around them and realize your shoulders have finally dropped. Your highly sensitive nervous system will completely power down and relax for the very first time. Take a moment to notice your breathing right now. This exact feeling of calm is the precise frequency they will bring into your life. They will not require you to constantly perform or earn their basic affection. You will not have to carefully calculate your words or hide your deep scars. They will look at your broken pieces and see an incredibly beautiful mosaic of absolute strength. This person will never demand that you shrink your brilliant light to accommodate their fragile ego. When you shine brightly, they will stand proudly in the background and fiercely protect your blind spots. They understand that a chosen one carries a massive calling that cannot be contained. They are not intimidated by your spiritual authority because they are completely secure in their own. And here is a deeply important marker that 99% of people completely miss. Your divine partner will actively defend the boundaries that you are too tired to enforce. When your bleeding empath heart tries to give away too much energy to toxic people, they will gently step in. They will be the heavy shield that says no when you are too exhausted to fight the draining vampires. They will not view your deep need for isolation as a personal attack against them. When the loud noise of the world becomes too much and you need to retreat into your quiet shell, they will softly close the door for you. They will sit outside that door and make sure nobody disturbs your sacred healing process. They offer a quiet companionship that demands absolutely nothing in return. This brings us to a beautiful truth about the universe. Heaven does not send soulmates who complete you because you are already entirely whole. The divine sends partners who deeply complement your unique mission as a cycle breaker. This person is bringing a specific set of tools to help you build the massive generational empire that heaven has firmly promised you. But there is a deadly snare hiding right in the tall grass before your finish line. You must remain incredibly alert. Because this incoming connection is so peaceful, your traumatized brain might actively try to reject it at first. You are so violently accustomed to chaos that total peace might initially feel incredibly boring or highly suspicious to your tired mind. Do not let your unhealed wounds sabotage this massive blessing. When they do not play toxic mind games, your anxiety might scream that something is terribly wrong. You might try to push them away just to test if they will actually stay. Heaven is commanding you to stop running. You must consciously choose to accept this calm frequency and silence the loud panic of your past traumas. Breathe deeply and command your spirit to remain open. You have done the heavy lifting and survived the brutal winter. The universe is actively preparing the physical manifestation of your longest prayers. This divine counterpart is already holding the exact missing pieces to the massive puzzle you have been trying to solve alone for decades. The energetic alignment is almost perfectly complete today. They are moving toward you with absolute certainty. The invisible strings connecting your souls are vibrating at an incredibly high frequency right now. The angels are carefully guiding their steps to ensure they arrive at the exact appointed time. You do not need to search for them frantically. You only need to remain anchored in your high vibration and trust the divine timing completely. But as the universe orchestrates this grand collision, a massive shift must happen within your own soul first. The heavy tears you cried in the dark are about to completely change their form. Heaven is ready to reveal the ultimate compensation for every single sacrifice you ever made. Keep your heart open, because the grand vindication of the cycle breaker is about to begin. My beloved child, the universe never ignores a tear from a cycle breaker. Your heavy pain was never truly wasted. Every single drop actively watered the fertile ground of your new empire. You believed your intense suffering was simply a tragic waste of your beautiful youth. But heaven operates on a flawless system of divine compensation, and your massive energetic payout is officially arriving to completely transform your physical reality today. Take one slow and deep breath right now. Feel the heavy ancestral chains falling completely off your tired shoulders. You bravely chose to carry the immense burdens of your entire family lineage. You stood directly in the blazing fire, so the next innocent generation would never have to burn. That monumental sacrifice requires a monumental reward, and the universe is preparing the exact transfer of power that you have been waiting for. The bleeding empath inside you felt entirely shattered by those old betrayals. You gave your pure heart to toxic people who only wanted to consume your light. You cried alone in the dark because you thought your magic was completely drained. But those painful experiences were actually secret divine initiations designed to upgrade your spiritual authority to the absolute highest level possible. Heaven collected every single tear you cried during those incredibly lonely nights. The divine architect did not just dry your tired eyes and send you away empty. Those heavy tears were miraculously transformed into powerful, energetic seeds. They were carefully planted in the unseen realm, and they are rapidly growing into a massive reality of absolute protection and unimaginable wealth today. This is where your timeline perfectly intersects with your incoming divine partner. They are currently walking through a glorious forest that grew directly from your past tears. Your immense pain actively built the exact paradise where the two of you will finally meet. They will look at the beautiful kingdom you constructed with your silent suffering, and they will be utterly speechless at your immense strength. You are no longer the fragile victim of random earthly circumstances. The old version of you is permanently dead. A quiet master of reality has officially taken the throne today. You do not need to fight or scream to prove your massive worth anymore. Your pure vibration is commanding the physical world to bend entirely to your will, and the universe is rearranging itself to honor your new frequency. Listen to me very carefully right now. The heavy storms of your past washed away the weak foundations of your old life. Heaven needed a completely clean slate to build this magnificent new structure. You are standing on the edge of a massive generational wealth transfer, and your divine partner is holding the physical keys to help you safely unlock the heavy doors of your new glorious empire. This incoming soul is a direct part of your divine compensation package. They are the beautiful reward for every time you chose love over bitter revenge. When toxic people tried to destroy your pure heart, you fiercely protected your gentle nature. The universe saw your unwavering kindness, and it is sending someone who will fiercely protect that gentle nature for the rest of your earthly life. Together, you will build an impregnable fortress of blinding light. The dark forces that used to hunt you will not even be able to look at your combined aura. Your union will create a heavy wall of fire that terrifies the narcissists from your past. They will watch you rise into absolute power, but they will be completely locked out of your glorious new reality forever. Breathe deeply and allow this profound truth to anchor securely in your tired spirit. The chaotic days of begging for basic human decency are permanently over. You will never again have to explain your immense value to someone who refuses to open their eyes. Your divine counterpart already speaks your exact spiritual language, and they are desperately searching the bright horizon for your signal today. Your heavy crown of thorns has been replaced with a crown of absolute divine authority. The cycle breaker has officially completed the brutal assignment. You have successfully paid the energetic debts of your ancestors, and your bloodline is entirely free. Now is the time for you to sit comfortably on your throne and gracefully receive the massive harvest you planted in the bitter cold. The divine collision is happening right now, exactly as heaven meticulously planned. Your long season of brutal isolation is finally melting into a beautiful spring, but you must remain incredibly vigilant as you cross this final threshold today. The enemy knows exactly what you are about to miraculously receive, and they are absolutely terrified of your incoming power. They cannot stop the divine blessing from arriving directly at your front door, but they can definitely try to trick you into dropping the heavy keys before you open it. The dark forces have prepared a highly sophisticated illusion specifically designed for your deepest blind spots. Keep your eyes strictly on me, because I am about to expose the fatal snare hiding right before your ultimate finish line. My beloved child, hear my voice very clearly right now. The highest courts of heaven have officially signed the final decree for your beautiful life. Your long and painful wait is completely over today. The grand collision with your divine partner has been fully approved by the ultimate creator. A massive generational wealth transfer is actively sweeping into your physical reality, and the universe is handing you the heavy keys to your new empire of profound love and abundance. Heaven is deploying a legion of fierce protectors to clear the final miles of your journey, carefully removing every hidden stumbling block from the path of your incoming divine counterpart. You can almost feel the ground shaking as this massive, energetic shift takes permanent root. Your days of begging for small scraps of affection are officially erased from the timeline. You are stepping onto a magnificent stage that was built exclusively for your bright soul. Your divine partner is receiving profound visions of your face. The angels are actively whispering your name into their spirit. They will recognize your bright energy almost instantly. They are walking toward you with a fierce and beautiful loyalty. This person will stand beside you like a massive pillar of unshakable strength, ensuring that you will never have to fight another brutal battle alone. Your days of carrying the heavy shield are over. The unseen realm is experiencing a massive shockwave because of your sudden elevation today. The dark forces are watching your glorious rise, and they are completely panicking in the shadows because they are absolutely terrified of the blinding light you and your partner will soon create. Listen to me carefully and do not drop your heavy guard just yet. The enemy has prepared one final and deadly snare exactly at the finish line. They want to completely derail your massive blessing. They will suddenly send a highly toxic person from your past back into your life. A narcissistic ex or a former friend might unexpectedly text you with a fake apology. They will pretend they have completely changed, but they only want to drain your pure energy and drag you back into their familiar chaos. This trap is specifically designed to target your bleeding empath, heart, and your deep compassion. If you answer their call, you will immediately lower your bright vibration to match their dark misery. The enemy knows exactly how exhausted you are right now. They study your specific weaknesses and they exploit your incredibly deep empathy for broken people. When this toxic person returns, they will present themselves as a fragile victim who desperately needs your help, crying fake tears and begging for your powerful healing energy to fix their broken lives. But this is nothing more than a strategic demonic assignment designed to drain your vital force. You must not fall for this dangerous illusion. If you entertain this toxic counterfeit, you will literally block the divine wealth transfer from arriving. Your incoming divine partner cannot enter a room that is filled with the heavy ghosts of your past. Heaven is actively testing your spiritual boundaries before handing over the heavy crown of ultimate authority. You must completely reject this dangerous illusion right now with absolute zero hesitation. Show the unseen realm that you are a sovereign master of your own reality today. You must establish a blinding wall of fire around your physical aura. this exact second. Heaven desperately requires a physical container to hold this massive frequency before the enemy scrambles the signal. If you stay totally passive right now, the dark forces will easily steal your imminent miracle. Do not let the desperate enemy convince you to stay quiet while your massive blessing is hovering just above your head. You must anchor this glorious reality immediately so it does not slip through your tired fingers. Type 777 in the comments below to permanently seal this glorious reality today. Let that sacred number act as a heavy padlock on your front door against the invading enemy. Your physical signature will instantly activate an invisible and impenetrable shield around your beautiful aura. As soon as you type those numbers, a massive shift will occur in the spiritual atmosphere. The toxic illusion will shatter into a million pieces and completely vanish from your physical timeline. You have successfully passed the final test of the cycle breaker with absolute flying colors. The heavy curse of loneliness has been permanently broken and thrown into the deepest dark ocean. Prepare your heart to receive a love that will heal every single scar on your tired soul. The grand manifestation is practically touching your hands at this very moment in time, and you have officially won the glorious war against the dark matrix today. You can finally rest in your total victory. Now, my beloved child, the heavy dust of the spiritual battlefield is finally settling. You can lay down your heavy sword today. The brutal war that you fought entirely alone in the dark is permanently over. You do not have to fiercely defend your gentle heart anymore. A profound, quiet authority is naturally rising from deep inside your beautiful soul right now. Take one final deep breath and physically let it all go. Drop your tense shoulders and release your tight jaw. The massive burden of the ultimate cycle breaker has been permanently lifted from your tired back. You carried the incredibly heavy weight of your entire bloodline for decades, but heaven has officially relieved you of your painful cosmic duties today, and you can finally rest your weary bones in the warm light of divine grace. I want you to completely release any lingering guilt about your past mistakes. Every single time you stumbled or trusted the wrong person was simply part of your deep training. You were learning how to navigate a very dark world while carrying blinding light. The universe has already thrown your perceived failures into the deepest ocean of eternal forgetfulness. You are entirely forgiven, and you are completely clean. The bleeding empath who constantly absorbed the toxic poison of others is entirely healed. You do not need to endlessly explain your boundaries to people who refuse to respect them. You are a quiet master of reality now, because your absolute silence speaks much louder than any desperate words you used in the past. Nobody can demand your precious energy without your explicit permission anymore. You have finally learned how to close the heavy door on chaos and protect your sacred peace. And because your beautiful house is finally clean and quiet, your divine partner can enter safely. You do not need to rush outside to look for them, because they already know the exact way. Your only remaining assignment is to simply rest and receive the massive blessing. Stop striving and stop trying to control the complicated timeline of your life. The divine architect has already drawn the perfect blueprint for your new reality. Every single detail has been meticulously planned to ensure your complete happiness and your absolute physical safety. You will sleep incredibly well tonight. That heavy feeling of absolute dread will not wake you up at 3 in the morning anymore. When you close your eyes, you will only feel the warm embrace of divine protection surrounding your bed. The angels are standing guard at your front door, and absolutely nothing toxic can penetrate your heavily fortified spiritual walls while you peacefully dream. The chosen one has successfully passed through the brutal refining fire. You emerged from the hot flames without smelling like the bitter smoke. Your pure heart remained incredibly soft, even when the dark world tried to turn it into hard stone. That beautiful softness is your ultimate superpower, and it is the exact frequency that your divine partner deeply loves. You are completely safe inside this glorious new timeline. The heavy storms of your past are nothing but fading echoes in the distant background. You can finally take off the heavy armor you wore for basic survival. It is completely safe to be incredibly vulnerable again, because heaven is acting as your permanent and unshakable shield against the outside world. But as you safely settle into this beautiful sanctuary of peace, I must ask you to look outside for just one moment. You are completely secure now, but the world outside is still incredibly dark. There is a gentle soul sitting alone in the cold right now. They are crying the exact same silent tears that you cried yesterday, while desperately begging heaven for a sign. You are not just a brave survivor of the dark matrix. You are a magnificent beacon of light for those who are still completely lost in the wilderness. You have the immense power to throw a desperate lifeline to a bleeding empath who feels entirely abandoned today. Heaven wants to use your glorious victory to completely shatter the heavy chains of another chosen one, because your shared pain creates an unbreakable bond of divine love. Share this message right now to become a prophetic voice of absolute hope. Send this word to someone who desperately needs to hear that their painful winter is also ending. When you share this light with the dark world, you physically multiply the massive blessing in your own life. Be the divine miracle that someone else is desperately praying for at this exact moment. Now close your beautiful eyes and completely surrender to the divine flow. Let the gentle river of absolute peace wash over your tired mind. You are fiercely protected, and you are unconditionally loved by the highest power in the universe. The long waiting season is officially over. Sleep peacefully tonight, because tomorrow you wake up in your promised land.